Hello guys and welcome to a new video. This time a failed again case for the MECC European Open Student Finals where I was part of. I was unfortunately not eliminated, but didn't win anything either. Why did I fail? Partially because of the case, I will share this later, and partially or mostly due to the being on stage and being watched, because everything that if you have problems on the stage is an amplifier, both bad and good. So that was one of the issues. And I also made a setup issue because I haven't, because we were somehow in stress and I haven't reset it set my decimal settings. So I had to use commas instead of semicolons for all my formulas, and I didn't want to change it back to the time. But so that was one of the hiccups, and from there on it went downhill. So yeah. But anyways, so we got like the printouts for this case in the room, and I thought, okay, this is an easy case. We will see a state frog off, which we saw actually, and it was an easy case. And I will show you how. Yeah. Anyways, I think the first time I solved it, then after the fact, I could have also moved off. But anyways, so here we have size of a given house. We have here some data. Let's create from selection because I don't like table settings, but you could have also done the table. And then I can basically do an XLOOKUP for the house in size. And also we had like bonus first. We had like not only knockouts, we had like also bonus, not only elimination. We had also why is it? Because it's test check. We not only had bonus lockouts, but we had also eliminations. The only finals that had this, I don't know why they did it. Especially like the bonus stuff was a little bit tricky. I'll show you later or now why. Because we saw, thankfully we had like the printouts with the questions, but actually you see here, related to no level. And then you read here, oh, here, you need the algorithm pricing from level 3. You need here the algorithm pricing from level 3. You need here the neighborhoods from level 7. So actually, we talked about this, at least in the community before. We have to somehow unify the related to level setting. But in this case, it's a clear violation of this because everyone under all circumstances would say this is related to a level. And as I said, we had bonus lockouts and elimination. So yeah, one of the issues with the case I had. Yeah. We go for the bonus later. Here. Base algorithm price for the house. It's square meter multiplied by this matrix. And if we will do it here, call it base equals index. And this is easy. You don't need two-dimensional lookup because it's in order. So here bedrooms are row, bathrooms are column, multiplied with the square meter. And then, important, rounded to the nearest 100. Actually, that was the only thing that was tricky if you don't know. Otherwise, it's basic lookup stuff. You can round to the next 100 by using -2. That was, yeah. And then we call this base. And here, then, equals XLOOKUP for the house, returning the base. Done. Here, this is base algorithm pricing. Now we do advanced algorithm pricing. It's basically the same square meter times this multiplication bedroom stuff. And then if it's there's a multiplier if it's renovated and like something less if it's not renovated, all specified here, so no issue is there. But also here, rounded to the nearest 100. And actually, that was the issue, or one of my issues. If I'm in the case, I'm not reading all those instructions. I said, just go for it. And then it was here written, round your answers to the nearest 100. And I only read this. And then I thought, okay, unrounded intermediate score, only round the answers. So this instruction here is completely useless, because actually here the intermediate result is already rounded to 100. So that's kind of, I wouldn't say it's, no, I say it's bad case writing, because it's unnecessary instruction that trip you off. Because I, for example, I only read like here round to the nearest 100, because I'm not able to read all this instruction stuff, especially if you also have like detailed examples. And here, this is unnecessary. And then, for example, here on the bonus questions, and that has tripped some people off. For example, Benny, who took like 5 minutes for one of the bonus questions, because there are some traps in here due to the case writing. It's also like, thank you, MECC, for providing these cases, but yeah. Anyways, I will not rant anymore, otherwise I will get bad comments. But you know, guys, I'm trying and trying every time, and sometimes it's frustrating. So here, multiply with the square, and then if generated, then times 1.1, otherwise times 0.95, times 0.95, and then rounding. And as said, you only have to round the intermediate result and not the answer. So completely useless. And also, it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of a trap, because it was done always with this rounding to 100, which is kind of also not that nice, because if you don't know how to round to 100, you have to adjust everything manually. And rounding to normal decimal is fine, also necessary, but always rounding to 100, yeah, I don't know. Is this actually like, or this also one of the problems I have with the MECC stuff? A lot of the cases also for qualification, I think the finals case was a bit of an outlier, but also this case here, it's not an Excel skill case. Honestly, you have here XLOOKUP, 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 and later you have some filter, and the bonus questions are either you use grouper or like unique and average ifs. It's not an actual Excel skill test. It's an reading comprehension test, which, yeah, you might find is not so good. So ABS between XLOOKUP, house. I can also ABS, XLOOKUP, because it will spill. This in house, returning advanced minus XLOOKUP, this in house, returning base. You see, done. Also only XLOOKUP. Then this is a little bit not tricky, but it's not that necessary. So basically we have your map, and either you copy this in manually, you do replace based on color, but then you have to watch out for the different font formatting. Or if you are like myself, and I will bring this lambda up this macro up sometimes in the future. I know, preparation first. I have a macro called replace based on color, and there I basically only have to mark both and click replace based on color, and it's done. And then I can to call both and to call also the original map with the house position. And then let's do this in the data table, because we might need it later. And neighborhood XLOOKUP for the house. I could have also typed house. And here, this is our flattered stuff, returning the neighborhood we have put in there, and we're done. Let's do the level XLOOKUP. I have not named this, so I have to go back to the data. That would have been an advantage of the table, but I don't like tables. What is going on here? Why is this an issue? Value? Oh, I'm an idiot. Equals answer. It's late, guys. Sorry for that, but hopefully everything is all right. Yeah, you see everything all right, but let's copy this for all levels and for the bonus questions. Alrighty, level 6, average if-s usage of based on neighborhood. So round to the nearest 100, average if-s. This is level 6. So the neighborhood thing is like advanced is like not that easy, but basically replace based on color. This is like in German we would say Fleißaufgabe. And then status, it's in the same writing. Oh yes, I'm missing here -2, and we're done. So no issue there. Here I was also trapped off by only houses that have a for sale status. Yeah, I haven't read properly, and that is like the issue. If you are really on stress and are they sitting there, then it's like reading under pressure. Yeah, I don't know, basically, or maybe it's also my inabilities to do this. But yeah, it should have also sometimes been an Excel skill test sometimes. So yeah. Anyways, so how do I do this? I do array manipulation or array multiplication. So status equals for sale. Put this in a bracket. Multiplied with how is it called? Renovated equals this status here multiplied with here. Also an issue with the case writing, sorry for that. Budget. Here only the budget is given. Here only budget is written. Then you see here the sum of advanced pricing. But where's the budget based on? You only see this in the example. The renovated have an advanced price less than the here. I'm not saying that it's not stated there, but it is written in like how many characters are some len. It is written somewhere in 800 characters. I don't know how many words are 800 characters. 100 words or something. So even an advanced reader would we need half a minute for everything. Therefore, we don't read everything in Excel esports, and therefore, yeah, it should be stated here. Budget, advanced algo price. Sometimes less is more, and sometimes more is better. Anyways, I'm sorry for that. I rant too much today. If you dislike the video, that's also fine. Small or equal than the budget. And now I have to actually do something in addition. The walkability score. Walk, it's basically an X lookup based on the neighborhood, so nothing special actually. Here, walkability score, let's name it walk. Multiplied with walk, larger or equal, then the walkability score here, and then we multiply by the advanced price. We sort in decreasing order. We use sum, take, -3, not -3, 3, sorry. Here we go. And we're done. There are some, yeah, nothing actually. So done, finish. Yeah, and you don't need to do this everything in this formula, and that is the longest formula you need for this whole case. You can also stretch it out in a data table. So as you see, an easy case, not that easy to read actually. So here, which neighborhood? Actually, for the neighborhood you need is level 7, so it's related to level 7 actually. Which neighborhood smallest average size for sale? I do this with group by, but you can also use unique and filter or sum FS, average FS. You see it. I haven't named neighborhood, but we can do this manually. Size average filter status equals for sale. And then we could also do, for example, what is ask for the smallest average size. Then you do the sort order -2. No, 2, not -2, sorry. And then this and round it to the nearest whole number, and we're done. Sum of the absolute differences and the most recent price. Sum ABS, ADV minus price, most recent price. And actually here also for all status of markets. Don't know why this is not. So we are advanced algorithm, but status of market anyways. So actually we have to filter here. Let's do it here. Filter this if status equals of market. And we're done. Which neighborhood is the most expensive based on the average price stuff here? Group by, I should have named this neighborhood, sorry. But now it's too late. The ADV average. Is there any sorting? No. -2. This and this. Done. For sale and off-market data is available. The data is given for all houses but one, which house is considered to be for sale in one worksheet but off-market in the other. So it's actually indicated by the font color. I don't have a font color macro yet, but how I did it was Control H and then format, font format, color red, and replace by 1. Replace here, and then to call. And then I actually knew which was indicated here as, in this case, it's off market. It's for sale. Off market for sale. Anyways, see what it is. So that's like indication here. Then let's take in the flatted map with the house names. And then we say equals xlookup in here for the houses, returning the status. And if it's not there, then it's actually always 0. And then equals if this equals for sale, and you actually have to try because it's not written. If it's this or the other way, then we 0, then we are 1, and then you say indication equals this here. No, where's here 2 and so on. Because okay, that's fine. And then xlookup true in here, returning the house name. House 3. Is this alright? No, all houses are done as that. So here we change this here to off market. And then it's also another 84, and this seems like to be right, and it is actually right. Here basically also an average FS and rounded to the nearest 100 round average FS. So base price, if status is for sale and walk is larger than 50, -2. And we're done. So basically under 20 minutes after doing this case, really for the first time, and I ran it at least for 5 minutes, sorry for that. But as you see, it's a super simple case. The only trick is the question is, What do we want to check with Excel esports? Do we only want to check how people behave and read under pressure? Especially not in their native language, but that's another point. Or do we want to check their Excel skills? Sometimes we're off balance, and in my opinion, this case was a bit off balance in that regard. So, yeah. And also a new case author, basically. Yeah. Anyways, in the end, it was more fun, or no, not more fun, but it wasn't as ambiguous as I initially thought. But yeah, something like that is not the best. So yeah. Anyways, hope to catch you in the next one. See you there. Bye. Thanks. And sorry for the rant again.